Lucia Amenta was a beloved figure in her Faulkner neighborhood. She was a devout Catholic and a fixture at her local church. Lucia was the heart of her family, especially to her grandchildren. They adored their Nona. She was a constant, loving presence in their lives. No one could have imagined the horror that was about to unfold in their quiet Melbourne suburb. It was a typical summer day in January 1991. Lucia was preparing lunch for her son John and her grandchildren. Her husband Paolo had stepped out briefly to buy bread and milk. When Paolo returned, the house was eerily silent. Lucia was gone. Her purse and personal belongings were still in the house. There was no sign of a struggle. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. Paolo immediately reported his wife missing. Police arrived at the Amenta home. They began their investigation into Lucia's disappearance. Weeks turned into months, and still, there was no trace of her. Hope began to dwindle. The family was left with an agonizing question: what had happened to Lucia? 21 long months passed. The Amenta family grappled with their loss and unanswered questions. Then, on a cool October day in 1992, came a grim discovery. A group of teenagers stumbled upon a sight that would send chills through the community. Submerged in a creek bed lay a large industrial barrel. Its contents would shatter the Amenta family's world forever. Inside the barrel, police found human remains. Dental records confirmed their worst fears. It was Lucia Amenta. The once vibrant grandmother was gone, her life taken under mysterious and horrific circumstances. The discovery sent shockwaves through Faulkner. How could this happen in their peaceful community? Who could have committed such a heinous act? The discovery of Lucia's body only deepened the mystery. The barrel was a peculiar detail. It was an unusual type used for pickling gherkins. Investigators wondered, why would someone choose this specific type of container to dispose of a body? And how did it end up in the creek? Every clue seemed to lead to more questions. The investigation into Lucia's murder was intense. Police meticulously retraced her last steps and interviewed family, friends, and neighbors. They searched for any shred of evidence that could lead them to her killer. The investigation led police back to the Amenta home. There they seized a gherkin barrel identical to the one found in the creek. It was a crucial piece of evidence. The investigation focused on those closest to Lucia, her husband Paolo, and her son John. They were questioned extensively. The police explored possible motives. Was it a domestic dispute gone wrong, or was there something more sinister at play? Despite a thorough investigation, no charges were ever laid. The shadow of Lucia Amenta's unsolved murder still hangs over Faulkner. Years have passed, but the questions remain. What truly happened to Lucia on that summer day in 1991? Where is the missing piece of the puzzle that could bring her killer to justice? For Lucia's family, the pain of her loss is compounded by the lack of answers. They are left to grapple with the unknown. The image of their beloved Nona, trapped in that barrel, haunts their memories. They long for the day when justice will be served and they can finally find some measure of peace.